What's your name?
So Bhaskar Jyoti Kalita.
Where do you belong to? Which place?
I belong to my ancestral village is Amtola Satra, district Kamrup rural.
So give me a little bit background of yours.
Sir, I am presently working as an auditor in Controller of Defence Accounts Department under Ministry of Defence, and I did my BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering from Tezpur University, which I acquired in 2016, and from that I have been preparing for government employment.
Since how long have you been working there?
5 months.
Okay, you have done your BTechs. BTech in which of the discipline?
Electronics and Communication Engineering.
Okay, you have passed your SSC or what?
Yes sir, SSC CGL.
That means you are already a Group B officer, I think.
Group C.
You have done your job in Defence Ministry. Then what is the need of coming to civil services again?
So my presence of is good. Salary wise, it's very good, and there is no work pressure is very less. But the domain that I'm working is very limited. It's only in the accounts department, and I am presently posted in IT and SW section. So I haven't done any auditing yet also. But as an SCS officer, my domain will be quite elaborative. I'll be looking into the agriculture sector, the health, education, and other benefits which really can bring change in ground. So that's why there is a special charm for me for this APSC.
You become a civil servant. What will be your priority areas?
My priority areas will be to recover the image that the civil servants suffer in the minds of the general public these days, because the image is, to be frank, is not very good. So my first priorities will be to set up a communication channel with the general public, and number two I will be working on the corruption side, because on the corruption side, because there is an allegation that government servants do indulge themselves in corruption. So these are two aspects that I'll be looking at.
What are the initiatives that you would like to take for corruption, like against corruption?
There are many laws and rules. There is no need for new laws, but the thing is that there is an acceptance among general public that it was choli jay, like mane dudin ahat koi paisa di pele ekhinte choli jay. So there is a lack of awareness among the general public to laws on a complaint, and there is an acceptance. So we need an awareness campaigns among the general public.
So, apnar optional ki asile?
More history asile.
How do you describe the layers of Indian history?
According to my point of view, Indian history can be defined through different layers. One through the point of view of Indian natives, one through the point of view of the invaders that we faced, and the others is the settlers. But one point of view that are missing in Indian history is the subaltern point of view, which is not very prevalent in the textbooks or in the history books.
What is that? What is subaltern point of view?
Subaltern point of view is that most of the time, most of people, I would say 99% of people have done only working hard. They have working hard. They have gone to the agriculture field, and they have grown crops, and they have come home. That's the most of the things that 99% of people have done. But the rest, the 1% people, they have waged the warfare, they have waged the massacres, and they have written books. And we, as history students, we read only about them, the 1% of people. And the 99% of people, they have become just oblivious in the history textbooks. So subaltern point of view talks about those 99% people.
What is Oriental style of writing then?
Oriental style of writing is basically the history of the people from Orientals, which is the eastern part of Mediterranean Sea.
Okay. What is neo-imperialism then?
Neo-imperialism is in the newest form of imperialism, which is like controlling a country without invading that country, like controlling the minds of the people through media and through political ideologies. So one can say that that is a neo-imperialism.
Have you heard of French Revolution?
Yes, sir.
What was it?
It was a series of revolution and a series of revolt, and it was very violent in nature. It started in 1789, and we saw that there was an uprising from the masses against the elite of that time of France.
Who was the king then?
I think if I recall it correctly, then it was Louis XVI.
Towards the world, what is the contribution of French Revolution?
It gave us the idea of liberty, fraternity, and equality. That is the biggest contribution of the French Revolution towards the world. And in our constitution also, we have that treaties in our preamble.
Well, Aryan civilization came into existence in India. Then suddenly it collapsed. What are the theories behind explaining the rationale of Aryan civilizational collapse?
Aryan civilization, it's a very controversial topic in Indian history, and the collapse may tend to because number one maybe call for the dominance of priestly class, and number two, it may be called as the revolt of the natives, which may say that the natives in terms of the people of forest areas and others. And the third is we may say that the Magadha Empire, which rose its prominence at that time, was a mixture of Aryans and Kirats. So
Have you heard of Seleucus?
Seleucus Nicator, yes.
Who is he?
He was a Greek commander, and he fought against Chandragupta Maurya in 305 BCE, and which he lost.
So how you feel that your knowledge in engineering, how it can help in civil service?
It's been 6 years that I passed my engineering, and I haven't been in touch with engineering subject, but subconsciously also as an engineer I was trained to handle pressure and find solutions for different problems. So I think that will help me.
Your knowledge in engineering?
So I have basic knowledge about electronics and IT. So it will help me in digitalization of the service, be it in implementation of different schemes through digital medium in the ground.
Electrical crisis what are the problem ta hoye ase? So according to you, do you prefer that Khonkhiri hydroelectric project will be beneficial for Assam?
There are many concerns about that this will be an ecological disaster in some way, but I do believe that there are many qualified people who have studied on that, and I believe on their judgment that it will not be that much of ecological disaster as it seems it will be.
But in many parts of the world, the hydroelectric projects were closed because they affect the downstream areas.
Yes, sir.
So under that context, how you consider that this will not be it will not have adverse effect?
So we'll have to find a balance between economic development and ecological damage that we are incurring. Okay. So if you want something, then we'll have to compromise on something. So I believe that if we want a 24 hours electricity supply, then we'll have to compromise on some areas. So I think we need to find that balance between ecological sustenance and sustainable development.
So according to you, what is sustainable development?
According to me, if a developmental project that do not incur much impact on society and environment, then that is sustainable development.
Acha. In the very beginning, you said that there is a wrong kind of a concept going on with the civil service people, and you, if you get through, then you would like to create a communication channel with the public to solve that thing. So, what kind of a communication channel have you thought about basically?
Yes, ma'am. Now we can meet people like every month or in every 2 months. We can go to the people's home or in villages or in Namgars to create a communication skill and to build a confidence between people and public servant, so that they don't feel that elitist kind of exclusion that they are feeling right now, and they can approach us anytime, anywhere.
Can you tell us something about Kala Azar?
Kala Azar is, as far as I know, it is a disease which comes from sea fly biting.
Okay. In Assam, do we have any history associated with Kala Azar?
I have a glimpse of an idea, but I don't have a clear idea of that. But I have heard from my parents that there was a time when it used to be quite widespread.
We are now celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
Yes, ma'am.
And basically the entire country is talking about the unsung heroes who had fought from the freedom struggle.
Yes,
so what is your opinion?
From historical point of view, it is a fact that some of the unsung heroes were forgotten in the pages of history textbooks. So it is important to celebrate them and to cherish their sacrifices for our motherland.
Thank you. It was a good interview.